So yeah, Olivia Miles got the Caitlin Clark treatment yesterday. And look, my logic about all of this was that if you give Olivia Miles the Caitlin Clark treatment, that you can't really do it, because if you give Olivia Miles the Caitlin Clark treatment, she's like, it's gonna be a real, everyone else is gonna kill you. And it's very different when Courtney Williams isn't there. I do want to make that clear. Like, if Courtney Williams is there, this is a different story. This is very much a different situation if Courtney Williams is playing. Because if you double Olivia Miles, you can get it to Courtney Williams. And like, good things can happen. But without Courtney Williams there, it's one of those things where Olivia Miles looked so lost. She looked like rookie Caitlin Clark. For lack of a better word, like, not rookie, like early rookie Caitlin Clark. Do you remember how Caitlin Clark didn't even know what was going on? She's there being like, it's too much, the way she was being guarded. And the Valks are a tough team. Like, we've seen Caitlin Clark drop 20 points one time on the Golden State Valkyries. Once. She has dropped, in her career, she has played the Golden State Valkyries 5 times and dropped 20 points once. Like, if we're going to be honest here, this Golden State Valkyries team has every guard acting like this. We have seen Paige have 2.5 points against this team. But like, the Minnesota Lynx got held to 66 points. And Olivia Miles was 3 of 12 from the field, had 8 points. 8 points. And look, I have no doubt about it that Olivia Miles is going to be one of the greatest guards to ever play. I have no doubt about that. Her all WNBA, like, first team spot is guaranteed. The MVP's over. The MVP's over. Unfortunately, if you go and have one of these games when people are watching, especially when it's not anymore. Like, to beat Angel Wilson in MVP, you have to be perfect. Now, Aja doesn't have to be perfect. Let's make that very clear. Like, Aja does not have to be perfect. She can have a game where she has 8 points going into the fourth quarter, or she has 8 points basically going into overtime against Fever, and they got lucky that she didn't end up in basically single-digit points. Like, she can have a 15-point game on 35% shooting and get killed by Shakira Austin. She can have a 16-point game on 29% shooting against Minnesota and lose. She can have, like, that doesn't matter. She can have she can have bad games. She can have a 16-point game while being locked down by Jonquel Jones on 38% shooting. Doesn't matter. Like, these things don't matter in WNBA world. Like, because to beat Aja Wilson MVP, you have to be perfect. And Fee was perfect last year, but she just got injured for a few games. Fee's team won 34 games. She shot 50, 40, 90. And with 3 games to go, was leading the league in scoring. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, Olivia Miles, with this game here, in a big game against the Valks, has proven she's not perfect, which means you're not beating Aja Wilson. Aja Wilson is allowed imperfections, but no one else is. So her MVP is gone. That being said, you can see the reaction. Like, the Valkyries' defense completely stifled Olivia Miles. Completely. Like, she was pissed at the ref. She could not deal with this defense. And look, this is a player who, it's like, at least with Cheryl Reeve, it's like games like this. I want games like this for as a rookie. We need games like this so there's learning to happen. It's kind of stuff that makes you a better team. And absolutely. I've always said this. I made a video coming into 2025 season. And I was like, the reason why I think Caitlin Clark is as good as she is because Aja Cole's next level. I mean, yeah, after what happened in 2023, where somebody, no one knows who, gave her a 4th place vote. Everyone's scared to not vote for Aja Wilson because they'll because they're scared that if she doesn't win everything, they're gonna start to they're gonna do what they did to what you call it, to I'm blanking on her name, Rebecca Lobo, and they spent years trying to get her kicked off TV. So they don't want that to happen. So they'll just make sure as hell Asia wins, so that there's none of that conversation happening anymore. But I said it in 2025 with Paige versus Caitlin, is I felt like the development Caitlin got from what was happening, from the defense they were throwing at her, from everything, I felt like there was a development there. Like, there was a level of development that, like, she got in those games. And I still feel like Olivia Miles versus Caitlin Clark at her peak as a rookie, I still think Caitlin Clark's 10-game stretch post-Olympic break is better than anything Olivia Miles has done this year. But I also think if the league started at the Olympics, Caitlin was MVP. But at the same time, it is it's very, very clear that there are no other players that are able to deal with the defense that Caitlin picks up on a nightly basis. We saw it with Paige last year when the Valkyries held Paige Bueckers to 7 points. We saw when she stopped the 10-point streak, when the Valkyries just completely stifled her. Just completely stifled her. But this Valkyries team they can be a just different class as a defense. Like, in fairness, was it the Valkyries that Olivia Miles was hit 8 threes against when they just let her shoot one of the games? But just overall, I have to say, like, when it comes down to the way that teams are defending Olivia Miles, it's just not the same. And I've always said, the reason why it's not the same is that if they do, the other players are going to kill them. They scored 66 points with Olivia Miles being taken out of games. So maybe that's a blueprint. Maybe that is a legitimate blueprint for beating the Minnesota Lynx, is saying, we are going to stifle Olivia Miles. We are going to make sure that Olivia Miles is not able to cook us, because she's clearly the best player on this team. Like, a team with Napheesa Collier on it, whatever state she's in, and they have fully given the keys, is mad. Beating Asia in the MVP race means you have to beat her in stats, eye test, and then you have to beat her reputation. I mean, and record. You have to beat her in everything. Like, because let's not forget, Aja Wilson's team, with 2 games to go, was the 5th seed. I'm not joking. With 2 games to go in the season, was the 5th seed in 2023. Was it 2024? And she won unanimous MVP. So her team was the 1st seed in 2023. They dropped to like 4/5 in that matchup in 2024, and she won it unanimously. But it's just it's an impossibility. It's an impossibility to beat Aja Wilson. It's just not. Like, you're starting off, like, you have to beat her by so much that there's no debate. And your team has to be so much better that there's no debate. Like, because Napheesa Collier was essentially perfect last year and lost. And it wasn't even close last year. It wasn't like it was a close. And if it was a close one, then you might be saying, okay, yeah, there's a chance. No, like, Fee Collier had one of the best seasons of all time. I just click ace. What the hell did I just do there? But Olivia Miles finally dealt with some Caitlin defense, and she goes and has 8 points. She has 8 points, and not only that, she's crying to the refs about the players. Mad L situation.